Okay. Good day to everybody. Shefa Brucha V'Atzlocha, shiur l'nishmatam shel ha'kedoshim v'ha'teorim. This week in parashat Tzave. And before we finishing the whole thing with the temple, we're starting to talk about the oil for the menorah. We don't talk about bringing sacrifices and all, and only then we go on and talk about the clothes of the Kohanim, and then the Kohanim themselves, and then in the altar. Why in the middle we're talking about the oil? Because we have to understand that the basic of everything is the human being behind everything. And before we go into deal with the clothes of the Kohanim and with the Kohanim themselves, we have to understand the source of everything. The menorah is the symbol of learning the Torah, the light of the Torah, and this has to be pure. Pure in the meaning, Rashi explains, only the first drop of the olive is suitable and to be oil for the menorah. If this is the second drop, it's already no good. Imagine to yourself how many olives you need in order to have oil for the menorah. Now, the idea behind this olive oil and oil is also very interesting. When you mix oil with other liquids, it goes up. It doesn't stay down. By the way, it doesn't stay down and doesn't mix. After a few minutes, you will see it going up. This is Am Yisrael. We are on top of everything. Unfortunately, sometimes we try to mix with the goyim. We don't go down. We are being forced. If we don't do it in a good way, we are going to be forced to go up. Unfortunately, we see what's happening. Every time that the Jewish people want to mix with the goyim, something terrible happens. Because Kodesh Baruch Hu wants us to be separated. There are those who understand and realize and always keep themselves on top of things. In other words, those are who know that we cannot mix with the goyim, and even if they live with them, they're always on top of things and keep the Torah and go with the first drop of the purity of the holiness of the Torah. Unfortunately, if you don't go this way and you try to go into the goyim, eventually you will also pop out up. If it's in a good way, or if it is chas v'shalom in a bad way. And we all know, we are unfortunately also now see the behavior of what happened in Simchas Torah and the way it goes on and on and on. And talking about this, I want to say, we are now in Japan, in Kyoto, and on Shabbos we're being in Kobe. And it's a very interesting thing that's connected to our family. My auntie and uncle with 3 kids escaped from Nazi Germany in the last train, or one of the last trains, with the Trans-Siberian train, and they finished up. You just took a train, whatever you can. You could, whatever you had a chance, you just went on it, and you went and you go. And they got to Kobe in Japan. There was some Sayura, what's his name, I don't remember the name right now. He was helping, not that, there were around 4,000 Jews that were being saved, that were passing through Kobe. Some of them maybe stayed, some of them went on, and my family, they went on to Ecuador in Quito. And it's very interesting. Quito and the place where this, it's like to understand and realize the way that Jews are separated, and though they're separated, they still keep the Torah, whatever it is. Like Haman Arsha says, Yishno Ham Echad, there is one nation, they are separate, they are spread all over, but they still keep their religious. They still keep the way, or the unique way that they have. And this is Am Yisrael. And we see it now. We come here to Japan. We went to Kobe, and there was this Beit Chabad, and the Rav Shmulik, and the Rabbanit Batya. Such an unbelievable feeling. We had a beautiful Shabbos with the prayers and with the Sudat Shabbat and Torah and everything we want, and the feeling of a home far away from home. Interesting enough, we couldn't believe it. He took us on a tour, and he showed us the place where the original synagogue, the Jewish community was at the time that my auntie and aunt ran away from the Nazis. And what is left from it is only the outside wall, because there was a bombing at the Second World War, and they bombed the whole place out. And what was left is only the wall, the original wall. And what's very interesting, there was a sign there, and on the sign was written in Japanese, English, and Hebrew the story of the Jewish community helping to the Jews to escape from the Nazis. And not only the Jews helped, also the Japanese themselves welcomed all the Jews to live with them and help them with whatever they could. It's the story of Am Yisrael. This is the oil. This is the Shemen Zaitzach. This is the way we have to keep ourselves. And God promises, if we keep ourselves in our way and understand that we have to be on top of things and not mix ourselves with all the goyim, then we will come to the success and we'll come to the Geulah Shlema B'merav Yameinu. Amen. We will win the wars. We will win everything. And unfortunately, if we try and mix with the goyim, God will separate us. And this is the idea that God tells us. Before we're talking about the clothes of the Kohanim, before we talk about the Kohanim, of the human factor, we have to understand that it has to come from a pure point. The first drop of the oil. Because if you start to mix with other things and it's not pure, then you will have a problem eventually. We all know that when you start something small, it starts with a small angle, but it goes on and on, and then who knows where it gets. So I hope that we all will understand the purity that we have to keep in order to go in the good way with the Torah and light the menorah that will light Bezrat Hashem the Bet HaMikdash in Yerushalayim. B'merav Yameinu. Amen.